Whoops. Muted myself again. Fucking beautiful right there, man. Anyways, I think I figured out the latency issues with this stream. I was starting off the stream on the wrong page as well. My apologies on that. But plenty to talk about today as Bitcoin does head up above 99,000 bucks. I believe there should be sound now. Let me know. I see Peter Underwood in the chat, our good, lovely moderator, new moderator. Leet Slip. I see a lot of people saying it. No audio. It's muted, but it surely is working right now. So please do let me know because it should be good to go. Yeah, we should be good right there. Very, very nice, man. Anyways, I should let you know, I do not have my usual helper elf, Elsa, with me today. So if you're sending in super chats, it's gonna be hit or miss whether I get to it or not. I don't fucking know what's gonna happen, man, because usually she's sending me all of them so I can actually have them nice and organized and then they're ready to go. But today, that will not be the case. She's doing some ballet shit, some nonsense like this. Anyways, we got some more important things to get to today. Some magic internet money, you might be calling that as well. I see Ali Al. What's up, man? Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you, our Middle Eastern neighbor. Loud and clear. Good. Nice. That's exactly what I want to hear as well. Alfredo Morella, a very, it's like a music-y name. Again, I'm warning you guys, if you are sending super chats, I do not know if I'm going to fucking get to it because Elsa usually sends them to me. I'm not going to have that this morning. And my massage lady is calling me right now. What could she want? What could she want? Doesn't she know Bitcoin's up? Doesn't she know? There's no time for this, lady. There's no time for this. People keep on sending them in. It's like they don't heed the warning. Oh well. I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. I don't know what to tell you, but I will give some time for me people to join on in. I expect that today will be a fun day, perhaps even $100,000 day. Bitcoin's very interesting to me right here too, because of the way that things have kind of emerged from this rally. It really is making me consider that this cycle is ending a lot sooner than I think a lot of people are ready for. But hey, that is still just my opinion. Yet to be proven right or wrong. But Jesus fucking Christ, man. Stop sending in the super chats for the love of God. I feel really, really badly when I don't get to them. And I suspect that I'm just gonna have a really difficult time with it today. What's up, J3F? I see another familiar face in this cave. Michael Blast as well. Jenny, we have ladies here? Womans? Everyone act cool. Sup? Patty Cake says, the corns, mi familia. Well, your familia should be, eating grande or some shit like that. I grew up in California, so I know a little bit of Mexifornia. Moscow, Idaho, in the house. Let's ride. What's up, KGO? Indeed, that is a fucking bizarre name for a city in the States. By the way, I want to say a massive thank you for all of the suggestions on here, and also, of course, on the Twitter thread about places to live in the U.S. for a warm winter. It really seems like there's only a couple options. There seems like there's Florida, and then there's Arizona. Now, I love San Diego. I fucking love San Diego, but I just cannot bring myself to go back to California. And also, a couple of people suggested a completely different one that I would have never considered. It was Charleston, South Carolina, which looks amazing, but weed heavily illegal there. So don't want to be fucking around with that, man. Yeah, Northern Mexican equal California. Exactly, man. Exactly. I think. Not a bad thing, but it was a fun time growing up, I guess. It is true, man. It is true. Florida taxes are your friend. The taxes are your friend. The property taxes not your friend, and also the hurricane tax not your friend. That's kind of my hold up with there. But it seems like maybe Tampa could be a good area, just because Tampa's a little bit more inland, but still on the water, and maybe you don't get wrecked by a fucking hurricane there. That'd be good. Also, Elsa's very afraid of the alligators. She thinks that they're gonna come into our apartment and eat her or some shit like that. Might be. You hear about these stories all the time. Every year, some little fucking derp at Disneyland will get chomped up by gator. Actually, nice little gator meal. Again, I'm warning anyone who's sending in super chats. There is absolutely zero assurance that I'm going to be recording all of these because again, I do not have Elsa today. She usually sends me all of the super chats. And today was kind of like an impromptu stream. Just kind of woke up, saw the destruction on the charts, and decided it would be a good time to do such things. Even Peepoo's getting on the action. Everyone wants to look at tethered dominance. That is like that's the big meme now. Instead of analyzing Dixie charts and Bitcoin dominance charts, it's fucking tether dominance. It's like, where does it end? Just look at the asset at hand. I can assure you, everything is there. Everything is there. It's the most important thing to be looking at, as almost always. Anyways, looking at Bitcoin right here, I won't get into the full analysis just yet, but again, this rally is getting pretty crazy. I expect that it does get more crazy, but be aware that when the first correction happens, it's going to be swift and it's going to be fucking violent, and you're probably going to see a 10, 15, maybe even 20% move relatively quickly. Even looking at CME right here, I mean, this is an intense one, which we do expect intense ones. We do expect intense ones during these portions of the market cycle, absolutely, especially after a 7-8 month long consolidation. But with intense rallies comes intense corrections. So, if you are feeling like you are missing out right now, if you feel like you're not in position, or you're feeling, I don't know, just some type of way and FOMOing into things, or thinking about FOMOing into things, just scram, stop, super chats. All good, John. Understand there's probably a much safer entry waiting for you in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. Remember, Bitcoin has not even started. It's not even started. It's not even putting a daily high yet, meaning that we don't even have a daily high or low yet for this rally. I mean, obviously, the last high or low for Bitcoin was back here in November 4th and 5th. So Bitcoin could come significantly down, even below, easily below $90,000. To 85, 86,000 bucks. And that would be a pretty big percentage move from where we're at right now. I mean, that is a 14, 50% move, and that would still be just a higher low. And that would actually be a great place for a higher low. I'm not saying that that's going to happen right here. I do think that Bitcoin is actually more likely to continue from here. I saw some people talking in the chats earlier about, should we short? Should we short? First off, who the fuck is we? Second off, I would not. That's just my proclivity. Look, when things are in all-time high breakout territory, it is not fucking wise to short. It is the sign of an absolutely fucking lobotomized moron, and I say this with love because I have done this in the past before. This is how I went broke, shorting an all-time high rally. Don't fucking do it. If you have any sense, there is a good time to short. Absolutely. I fucking love shorting. I love bear markets. It's my favorite. I love it way more than this, actually. But the best time to do it is on the confirmation of a trend reversal, which naturally will never come at the exact all-time high. You are always at risk in a short position when you are shorting at all-time highs. And in this case right here with Bitcoin, basically at 100,000 bucks, honestly, it is already, as far as I'm concerned. It's very likely to overshoot. It's very, very likely to overshoot here and go for one last just absolutely astronomical push, and then play out a nice, healthy pullback and absolutely shatter the hopes and dreams of many people out there who are way over leveraged. Gallo says, so when short? Yeah, so when short would be on the confirmation of at least a lower high, and seeing as Bitcoin's making higher highs right now, you can't quite literally have a lower high just yet. But that would be the earliest time. The safest time is when you get both a lower high and a lower low. That is the safest time. Somebody has to do it. Brother says Slacky. I really don't even think that there's that many people shorting. I mean, it's really only the most lobotomized out there who short in situations like this. It's not the people with a lot of money, at least in my experience. You do see a lot of liquidations at these regions, but it's typically a lot of very, very short-term time frame traders trying to scalp. They get run over, and then price just fucking runs against them faster than you can even take action. And that's how these things work. They fucking fast. They're super fucking fast. So do understand that if you're trying to outsmart the market right here, it's gonna be difficult. You're playing the more difficult game. Kickflip says short. What is the long to short ratio? Don't know and don't care. I'm gonna be taking a sip of this. A lot of people in the comments talking about other YouTubers who are shorting, which is great. Again, we need lobotomized people out there. Absolutely. But yeah, you know, that's their problem, man. That's their problem. Anyways, short yo mama, says Jay Even. Short yo mama. No brains, no gains, brother. Exactly. There you go, man. Yeah, it does seem to me like this is also very similar to the 2017 playbook. The 2017 playbook, as I went over here in Twitter. Oh, nice. By the way, Twitter, it's going well right now. The astrologers have arrived. This is great. I fucking love this. This is like... This is supposed to be some sort of like gotcha, you know, some sort of like major gotcha. Oh, these crypto guys, my DMs these past 5 years, you don't think astrology is actually real. It's like the planets don't do anything. And then she shows off. You did it, lady. You bought the... Oh my God, she bought all of the fucking star coins. The star signal coins. And now she's up. She's up big. You'll never... Outperformed by a fucking fart coin. Is this a 100,000 watch stream? It could be, man. It could be. A lot of people also asking about my own positions. I actually did for a second show right here. Luckily, no one actually, or actually you can't even see that. Yeah, nice. You can't actually see my sides. That's good. That's really, really good, actually. Should I flash it? No, I won't flash it. That would be bad YouTube etiquette. Bad YouTube etiquette. Anyways, she gives crypto a happy ending. Sorry, what I meant to go over to was my profile and show this tweet that I made yesterday, because this is a 2017 playbook. I think that we're looking at the same thing here as well. The 2017 playbook is very, very simple. Bitcoin moves, altcoins more or less hold sideways versus their US dollar pairs. They typically kind of go down a little bit versus their Bitcoin pairs. And then when Bitcoin goes sideways, after typically a local high has been put in, that is when the altcoins catch up versus their USD pairs. And those are tradable moves, and those can be big percentage moves. Of course, again, Bitcoin probably the easier one, just in my opinion. But you know, we've seen this kind of go on. I think a good example was maybe Solana recently. Solana, you know, now playing catch up. Actually, Solana's playing a little bit closer to Bitcoin. Where's a good one that I have that maybe Sui? I don't know. I don't even watch these things close enough. Yeah, going sideways right here while Bitcoin goes up. I can almost assure you that when Bitcoin's, you know, puts in its local high, comes down a little bit, and then establishes a sideways range, this thing will run quite a fair bit, as will many other altcoins. It's going to be very, very similar to this, I do believe, for this sort of new cycle playbook, which who knows how long we have to go on for. The way that I look at things, again, I do think it's I think that we could very easily see a cycle top before maybe even the end of Q1 of this coming year, or at least a major top. But I'll hold off on further extrapolations of that. It seems to now catch the attention of some people in the comments who really fucking hate it. There was this one guy who was reprimanding me for like, it seemed like maybe a whole year in the comments. Never responded to him, of course, but it's always funny to watch these people because it's like you're observing them from a safe distance. And he was just relegating me in the comments the whole 2023 run. He's like, you fucking idiot, you're too bearish, don't you know this thing is going to go down, the economy's bad, blah 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 blah. Okay, bullish the whole time. Obviously Bitcoin goes up a significant amount, and now he's coming and he's saying, you fucking idiot, this cycle is not ending. this cycle is going until the end of Trump's presidency, blah blah blah. It's always the same thing, man. It's funny. Yeah, Yakko says, I don't really care about 100,000. I'm just a chill guy. Not selling anyway. That's right, man. Chill guy meme is now taking over the fucking world. I see it everywhere. I see it fucking everywhere. It's actually insane. I saw it at my gym. Okay? My gym is not a crypto place. but it's posting the damn meme as well. Please, shitcoin siren. I actually do not have the shitcoin siren here, but when we do have the proper charts, we can nuke it. And when we can nuke it, it will come. It will come, and it will be even worse than the shitcoin police. In fact, my nuke button is unmatched. It's unmatched. Even Kim Jong-un, he is very envious of my big red nuke button, and he doesn't even know my second target. It's really good coffee, actually. I will say, there's one good coffee in Dubai, and it's from Arabica. Every other coffee is fucking awful. Starbucks, they hand it to you and they're like, sir, wait a second. Sorry, we forgot the special ingredient. We have to put a little bit of poison in. Now you can have it again. That's exactly what fucking Starbucks does. I'm telling you, man, it's bad for your health. Or well, allegedly, okay? I don't actually know if it is or not, but it makes me feel like shit. Chill, bro. Don't hit the button. I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. Hey, bro, how's Dubai? I have a love-hate relationship with Dubai. Some things are great. Some things are, I don't really care for. I prefer to be a little bit more, close to nature and have fresh air and trees and drinkable tap water. And there's very few places in the world that actually have that, unfortunately. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, the percent place, Miggy2J, that is, at least in my opinion, the best one. Always a line there too, always a line. Anyways, I'm gonna get my notes out over here. There's not a whole hell of a lot of actual technical analysis to be going over today. Some statistics to perhaps be checking in on, but ultimately, it's only areas of interest at this point because we are in, what do I want to say, or what's the best word to say? The twilight zone. We're in the twilight zone right now where anything can fucking happen, crazy shit happens, and I expect something even a little bit more crazy before we see this run, come into a nice local high on like a daily time frame. And at some point, we'll see a weekly high as well. Bitcoin will put in a weekly high. It'll come down on a weekly time frame, over the course of a month or two and set in a higher low and then likely continue higher. That might even be most of December, honestly. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it right here. Maybe perhaps I should record this as well. For the people who don't want to sit through a multi-hour long live stream. Let's go over it right here. In yesterday's video, we spoke about how Bitcoin was still, crazily enough, likely to continue to the upside. In today's video, we'll be speaking about how $100,000 is perhaps likely today, and something that you do want to be aware of if you are trying to be the genius who is shorting within these regions as well, if it's not anything for more than perhaps a short-term trade, which perhaps maybe can fit in. Anyways, as we get into this one, I want to first start off with the daily price statistics right here. This is being recorded by a live stream, by the way, as well. And we can see that Friday is slightly weighted in favor of positive closures than negative closures. And if we do see the average returns for the positive side play out, that would put Bitcoin actually now at about $101,000. That does imply that if Bitcoin sees another positive day today, it's more likely than not we see actually over $100,000 today. To the downside would be suggesting a range low somewhere around very low 96. So if Bitcoin does get an intraday pullback somewhere down around there, it's likely a good do. But ultimately, it's the upside that I'm more interested in right here. Of course, we've also been following the CT sequential, which counts out the probability of getting consecutive same closure types, meaning that they're either green or red. In this case, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive green daily closures. Today would be number 5. There is a very low probability, by the way, of getting 5 in a row. But again, if we're looking at it from a sequential run, so when you get 5 green dildos in a row, we would expect the average returns to actually be well above $100,000. And even to the downside, it'd be kind of muted. Again, $96,000 popping up right there as well. So I do think that is rather interesting. We do have several things now pointed not just 200,000, but above 100,000. So I do want to say that if you are the genius out there who's going to short this market because it's gone up too much, it's probably going to overshoot $100,000. There's really no rhyme or reason to $100,000 other than round number, psychological number. But other than that, I don't really see anything from a statistical base that does suggest that literally $100,000 is the exact area to be aware of. The closest thing I can perhaps find is a daily HPDR right here. The next range high for the 61.8 level, which very likely does get hit today, is about 100,500. To me, this is looking like it's ready to just continue to trend from here. And then, of course, we should be aware that CME is going to be closing today for the week. CME's range a little bit different, a lot more lenient towards the upside, showing perhaps all the way up to $103,000 as it does essentially trend, which I do look at as any closure above the 61.8 level, very likely to get around this region or at least kind of explode this area. And that is, again, about $103,000. But here's the thing. CME is closing for for the weekly today. It's closing for the weekly today. And as of right now, I mean, looking pretty damn strong there, man. Looking pretty damn strong. The 88.3 level, a little bit above, again, 101,000. So I think, even if you're, I don't even think that you should do this. Not that I'm, your fucking financial advisor or anything like that. And I do want to warn all the people who are sending super chats. I really appreciate it, of course, but I should warn you, I don't have my usual Elsa helper here to send me them. So I don't know if I can actually pull them up when we actually get to them a little bit later. I apologize. I just feel really, really badly about that. But yeah, this very likely to spill on over, of course, into spot price action. Spot price action shows an even crazier story for right now. Spot price action, again, doesn't close today, but it will close on Sunday, anywhere above 94,000 bucks, and this thing is very likely to explore maybe close to 110, maybe even 116,000 bucks in the following 2 to 3 weeks. But here's the thing. If you are looking for the next major high, which Bitcoin is going to put it timing wise very likely relatively soon, and we will see a daily high, and a daily high, will result in a pullback. A pullback, as far as this trend goes, could easily come to the tune of 10, 15, maybe even 20%, and it can happen very violently and very fucking fast when it does happen. So do be aware that if you are trying to, catch on to this run as well, there's probably a better entry for you a little bit later with a little bit of patience, but you're going to be tested. Your patience and will be tested on this move to the upside. I do suspect the purpose of this move to the upside, and especially a break of the psychological $100,000 number, is to get people to really FOMO in, because you really do feel like you're missing out on that. And when you see it go to 101, 102, 103, and you're just like, what the fuck? This thing is not fucking stopping, man! Who's gonna stop this shit? I need someone to stop it now! Then, and only then at that point, will you FOMO in, and then it'll crash. It'll crash about 10 to 15%, and you'll get a daily high or low. Things will quiet down for a week or two, and then you'll get another try to the upside, very, very likely. But for right now, looking at this rally and looking at daily BBWP, it is almost a certainty that we're going to get the double derp here, meaning that volatility on the daily will once again expand. And when it does expand, it'll take some time to get back up somewhere close to 100 percentile, at least above 95 percentile, I would say. And at that point, you're very, very likely extremely close, if not already at that next daily high. And you will see a volatility contraction phase. That's when I would be looking for Bitcoin to play out a pretty sizable pullback. But it still seems like we have a little bit more to go for this one. And even just checking in on the weekly time frame, which is more representative of the overall cycle, we should be aware, you bastard, don't do this to me, TradingView. There we go. We should be aware that at minimum, I actually did this for a 2-week time frame. At minimum, we haven't even seen the 2-week time frame get up to at least an 87 percentile on the bi-weekly BBWP before putting in a macro cycle high. And this actually correlates incredibly well with all prior ones. So for reference right now, the bi-weekly, which is closing, not even this week, closing next week, is currently below 50 percentile, which is fucking batshit insane. So this run, as far as a weekly time frame, as far as the higher term time frames go, probably does have a decent amount more. I mean, that can easily take 2, 3, maybe even 4 months. But for right now, crazy rallies continue to get more crazy. Be aware there will be a daily pullback somewhere in between there, probably within the next week or two, maybe even sooner than that. Who the fuck knows? And then things get, I guess, crazier and crazier, and that's the fun part. We're already in the fun part. It's very, very fun right now. Are you having fun? Are we having fun yet? You having fun yet? I also made a note to look at the 5-day HPR. What do we have over here? Yeah, Bitcoin on the 5-day HPDR showing an area of interest at about 107,000 bucks. So again, if you do see short-term ebbs and flows, I don't know how much it actually does matter. Ultimately, within these next few periods, we probably do see somewhere around there. But yeah. As always, this comes or should come with an objectively identifiable way to know that Krown is wrong. Krown's an idiot. Krown should be hung, tarred, and feathered and murdered to the highest degree. kind of difficult here, honestly, because even on the daily time frame, it's just continuation the whole way through. Maybe the 12-hour time frame will have something more obvious. Below $85,000, there's actual problems. In the short term, like the very, very short term, below basically yesterday's low. That's the best that I could do, and even then, that would imply a move maybe back down to 88 to 90,000 bucks. You know, these are decent percentage-wise moves, but it doesn't really do anything for the overall formation. The overall formation comes under pressure below 85,000 bucks as of this moment, and this is only relevant to the 12-hour time frame. If you're on the very, very low-term time frames, like the hourly right here, you know, where's your last higher low? That would obviously be coming in actually at yesterday's, or was this yesterday's low? No, this was not yesterday's low. This was kind of like intraday here at about 95,625. So, you know, Bitcoin can easily pull back to 96 if it wants, but I probably be looking at that area as another likely area for a higher low. This is financial advice, says Scorch. Not for me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a herpity derp, or I am a herpity derp on the internet, not a financial advisor or anything like that. Yako says Krown should be hugged, held, and bedded. Well, at least one of those would be good. Anyways, I'll end. I'll end this video on that note. We'll continue on with the live stream, and we'll also, of course, do the weekly Q&A session tomorrow, Saturday. If you want to join in, it's free to do with the link in the description below. You can join on in. Actually, let me just show it off right here so you can see. Whoops. Let's go right here. Boom. Yep. You can join in with the link description below, and then you just need to find your way to the weekly Q&A section. And then there is the November 17th. However, this is getting pretty full already. So we'll see how many we actually get through on this one. And then, of course, the YouTube members do get priority on that to begin with. And I should probably also let you know, MetaSignal's been fire off all kinds of fucking crazy signals right here. Probably a good thing to be aware of, though, if you are using this tool, even if you're using their free signals, which, by the way, there's a link to their free signals in the Discord below. I mean, it's kind of like no-brainer. It gives you a good probabilistic setup. Even though this one did not work out, with a little bit of technical, know-how, you would have said, you probably should have said is, hey, I don't know why that would be the stop loss right there. It should be at least around that last higher low, or the range lows in this case. And if you had a little bit of know-how, then this would have been a phenomenal trade, honestly. but it is what it is. And they had a slew of pretty damn good ones over here as well. This Cardano one just flying up, I guess. What else do we have? Even Litecoin getting in on the action. And then you got INJ going on right there as well. And again, they share off free signals in their Discord below. As always, you should try something out if you're interested in it at all. So yeah, we will end on that note, and I will continue on with the live stream. See you hopefully soon. Again, there's a lot of people sending in super chats. Good fucking luck with this, man. I don't have Elsa today, so I can't promise that I'm gonna see any of these, honestly. But I'll try to get to the ones that I can see easily right here, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Ballet sucks. Ballet coin. we are long ballet coin. All right, I'm gonna take one more sip of this caffeine. Let me actually see, what did my masseuse lady say? I need to make sure that I get my my dry needling. Let's see, if not, 12 works. Hopefully the dry needling lady can do it, because she works wonders on my back. It's actually insane. It's actually amazing. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, I pulled up, I think maybe even to the first one. People just do not listen, but it's fine. Do Kwon wants to look at, actually, let's go to, oh no, this chart is fine to go to, but let me actually bring up this one as well. Get some options up here just to see. Okay, cool. All right, wants to look at pups, which is, I think, like some sort of Bitcoin meme or some shit like that. I don't know. Let's see. This one we looked at earlier this week. Now I remember. Let's see. I apparently did not chart it though. Ultimately, yeah, this is what I expect that a lot of altcoins are going to be doing. Again, when Bitcoin goes up, expect your altcoins to go sideways. Probably a little bit of downside there as well. This thing no different. If it wants to take a step lower, 19.5 cents is no problem at all. That would just be another higher low. I'd be looking at an opportunity there. But this one, fun times begin when the string trades and closes on a daily time frame above 39 cents. At that point, probably gets a rally, probably gets like a 2x rally towards 80 cents, honestly. Crazy times, like I said. David says, thoughts on Bitcoin 55-day hidden bullish CT RSI. Can't say that I noticed it myself. The 55-day, do you mean the 5-day time frame? The 5-day time frame, don't see it. So maybe you do mean the 55-day time frame, which is basically a 2-month time frame, which did have hidden bullish divergence on the cycle low. So there was that. I don't know how relevant it is right here. I think the easy portion of that move's already played out. I also think maybe your keyboard key got stuck on that one, because I expect you're probably not asking about the 55-day. David says render USDT. Okay, let's see RNDR. I guess CoinDerp, we go to this one. Pretty good. Yeah, we looked at this one earlier this week, broke above range highs, putting in a higher low right here. Again, a little bit of sideways as Bitcoin does take the spotlight, but I expect that this one does try higher overall. You see a rally towards 9.5, maybe even 10.5 bucks. Invalidation, however, very obviously below the 13th of November low, anywhere below 635 problems. Let's see. We have Tau for the daily. I don't know. What the fuck is this thing, man? Tau. Not as interesting as the other ones, but again, this is what you can expect for most shitcoins here. Going sideways while Bitcoin does take the pole position. Range high versus your range lows right here. It's right in the middle of the range. Which side does it hit next? I don't fucking know, man. But ultimately, you're looking at something like this. Maybe it tests the upside first. Maybe it tests the downside first. Spends a little bit more time in there. When you see it start to trade and close back above 608, that's at the moment where you can expect it to retest these highs from like 650, probably make new all-time highs. That's where your fun times do begin, but probably comes after Bitcoin puts in its own high and plays out some downside. Let me just see. Did she text me back? Yes. Fuck yeah. She's gonna be there. All right. Amazing. Gonna get my back raped with needles, which is really, really nice. Justin Myers wants to look at Coinbase hourly and 4 hour. Oh, hourly, 4 hour, and daily. Okay. Coinbase playing a nice pullback after a pretty explosive move to the upside. Again, pretty fucking normal stuff after a big move like this. Do you think it could come down a little bit more if it wants? Maybe like 270, 271 region, but ultimately, this is a consolidation above the last major high right here. So I'd be looking at this as likely to get continuation. Just probably going to spend a little bit of time. I'd only get bearish on this thing if you start to see it close below about 269, wherever the 21 is. Again, people sending in super chats. I'm warning you right now. I do not have Elsa today. She's not sending me super chats. I cannot track exactly who's sending what, so you might not get you might get missed. You might get missed. Anyways, looking at it right here, probably putting in a higher low on the lower term time frames. Yeah, look at that 4 hour right here. Perhaps even puts in a low right here at 295. Of course, if it does and it rallies back up towards 335, that's the very obvious signal that this thing is putting in a reaccumulation formation after a pretty significant breakout on the weekly time frame, and you do see that move towards the prior highs from 2021. That's generally what I think is going to happen anyways. I think the higher term time frames are kind of the key here, even though you didn't ask about them, but that's just my opinion, I guess. Anyways, sushi yum yums. But what happened to ring 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 Simpson virgins? I don't know. Elsa got shy. All right, I need to close up this coffee. It's so fucking good though, man. Holy shit. It's really, really, really amazing. I wonder what they do. Like, they must have some sort of special secret sauce. A 100% completely new formula. Some shit like that. Let's see. Thinking about the name, looking at AIOZ. Okay. What could this be? Who knows? Whoops. I want to go to this one. It's almost the same chart as Coinbase. Look, if you're looking at the long term, do I think it's going to pop back up and test 115? Yeah, I do. It's a pretty big move from where it's at right now as well. In the short term, is it playing out a bit of a range? Yes, it is. So it could easily come back down to 65 cents if it wants. I'm not saying it's going to, but wouldn't be problematic. The monthly is what I'd be paying attention to here. Then really, I'd be saying that for many charts, honestly, because you don't want to miss the big move for the small moves in these ones. I mean, if you do want to trade around it, that's fine. Obviously, again, I'm not your fucking dad. I'm not your financial advisor. But that's, I mean, that's not what I'm interested in right now. Anyways, Remy the Whippet says based PP. What the fuck? Based PP? Okay. I guess it's a thing. All right. Next C. Goes straight to the fucking moon, apparently, as well. Yeah, really, really strong altcoin right here. Hidden bullish divergence on that last low. Short term, could have a pullback down to 11,000, but should make new highs on this rally. I mean, it's already at, all-time highs. Only bearish if it comes back down below last Wednesday's low. If it does that, then wrecked for a while, but yeah, fair enough. Anyways, I got my raw coconut water here today. Very exciting. Yes, this is good. This is very nice. Okay, thinking about the name, he's looking at AKT, a cash, I think. Remember we looked at this one like a year ago and we said this is actually quite bullish. And it did have a nice upside move. Been slunking for the last 5-6 months though. But what are you doing right now? You're at, you just tested a range high. You're pulling back from that range high as Bitcoin, again, steals the spotlight a bit. So, short term, does it look something like this? Does it come back down, set in a higher low, and then try an upside move? Probably yes. But I do think that you will get a pullback into a higher low, somewhere around like 3.25 after a short term move to the upside. Yeah, 4-hour hidden bullish divergence. I'm just not convinced that this rally right here actually breaks the 469 region, which is a great number. But if it does, I'm wrong on that. It should retest the highs at $7, but probably makes a move towards new all-time highs from there as well. All right, Luke Doyle says Sol BTC. Okay, cool. Actually looking at a Bitcoin pairing here. Probably wise during these times. And actually Solana looking pretty good versus its Bitcoin pairing, to be fair. Putting in a very healthy consolidation right here. Higher lows the whole way through. Hidden bullish divergence in the last higher low. It's going to take its time. And, it's been mostly sideways here, yes. But I do expect that this one will retest the highs from March. And at that point, any sort of closure above that March high, and you can expect this thing to retest all-time highs. Maybe not like in the same weekly dildo after that, but relatively soon after that. Peepoo wants to look at tether dominance. Okay, we can look at tether dominance right here. Yeah, so this is the chart that everyone's fucking going crazy with right now, because it is breaking the long-term trend line, or at least that's what we think. But well, I mean, I guess it is. Has 3 tests on this trend line. It's closing below. But look, I don't know how much I trust these sort of long-term trend lines like this. I really don't know how much I trust that. Just personally, what I would trust a lot more is, again, trend. And there's something very, very important right here, is that it is very close to confirming continuation. How would you confirm continuation? Needs to close below this last low from March of this year of 2024. And then you'll have a pretty obvious downtrend. You have down, up, down. So you'd have a lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. We have a downtrend. But here's the thing. You're likely to get a bounce in this relatively soon. Also kind of playing into my theory that, hey, you will get a nice Bitcoin pullback in the coming month, I think. A pretty decent one. Why do I say that? Because the weekly RSI is going to be putting in some pretty significant bullish divergence right here. You can already see, as it is pretty much around that last major low, it's making significantly higher lows on the weekly RSI. So this can come down more. And even put in divergence like around 30. So yeah, and I expect that it does come down a little bit more. And at that point, you're probably looking at a pretty big bounce. So the second that it actually does close below this, maybe it has another week or two of continuation, and then you see a big bounce. And that probably does play opposite of Bitcoin, to be fair. Vector says, MicroStrategy, daily and weekly, upside and downside targets. Nope, no problem. Do I also get all of the money that you use to trade with this as well? Or do I just do all the work? really difficult one here, just because this it's kind of like Bitcoin. It's in parabolic blow off top. For fuck's sake, man, these super chats are giving me anxiety at this point. Again, I'm warning you, there's the probability of me getting to all these super chats is very fucking low. So you send them at your own behest right now. Yeah, when I'm looking at this, I do expect you're going to see extremes here on weekly BBWP. So I do think it has more on this run, as crazy as that does sound. Well, that daily is really scary right there. That is one massive bearish engulfing dildo. It probably does come down a little bit more in the short term, but does it put in a higher low at like low 300s, or maybe even fill the gap at 290 and then try again to the upside? Perhaps yes, because I wouldn't really be looking for the next major high until we get weekly BBWP a little bit higher. I'd like to see it a little bit closer to 100,000. Sorry, not 100,000, but 100%. Right now it's at 93.5%. And then what I really want to see is it actually start to turn down. That's when we start to get obvious highs. So we're not there just yet, but it's very fucking close. Short term, it should have a downside move, should come down, maybe even a little bit below $300. But I'd be looking for a higher low there, and then probably another try to the upside after that. But again, be aware here. Weekly, we'll be putting in some pretty significant divergence. I'm sure there's probably some sort of a trend line to be made between these points as well. Again, that would imply that this does trade up a little bit further north, yes. But at some point, the chickens will come home to roost. So you have to be more and more cautious here. That's kind of the difficult part about this whole phase that we're in right now. Anyways, let's see. Okay, got that. All right, I'm gonna try to find the rest of them. All right. We'll see how well this one goes, man. Ballet coin. I don't even think that's a real thing, but let's see. It's not. I've been fooled. I've been trolled. You boob. You fucking bastard. Martin Hunt says another live. Yeah, man, I figured today would be a good day for that. Whiff on the daily. Sure. Let's see. Some shit coins, some shits. Putting in a higher low right here, it does look like to me very likely to pop back up around these 412, 413 highs. That's basically all-time highs already for this one. In order for me to look at this one as in, I guess, breakout to new all-time high territory, just need to see a closure above about 411, 413 region on a daily closing basis. But yeah, one of the stronger memes has gone through a pretty prolonged consolidation here since April. So I think that you're seeing the resolution of this consolidation relatively soon, actually. So yeah. All right, I'm going to take another sip of this. I'm going to need a lot of this today. I can already feel my throat. I can already feel it in my throat, man. And I see Felson here with as well. Another OG of this cave. I bet XRP is getting the hated rally. I think people just, I don't think it's the most hated rally because it's not going to be like the biggest rally, but I think it's the coin that people hate the most that is rallying, if that's what you mean. So, yeah. Nishant says, Delta Corp, is it a good time to long? I mean, literally no time frames given. So is it a good time to long on the 5-minute or the 1-minute or the daily time frame or the weekly time frame? It's a good time to long when there's an uptrend, and this thing doesn't have anything resembling an uptrend. It looks like an absolute piece of garbage, man. If anything, this thing is probably ready to resume continuation of trend towards $100. Well, garbage. Absolute garbage. As far as charts go. Doesn't mean that you can't get pops in the short term there, but as long as this thing's below 160, there is no even threat of a reversal. Poppy Loves Crypto says, Doggy. Actually, I have this one on my list. It's the Department of Government Efficiency. I think it's my only shitcoin too. To my own chagrin. Looking at it right here, it's not a whole hell of a lot of chart to be going off of, right? It's been around since fucking August. There's very, very little to be going off of here. What I do like about it is you have an uptrend. Obviously, it's not like a super sophisticated piece of analysis, but I'm generally going to be bullish on it as long as it maintains in an uptrend. How do you maintain an uptrend? Just remain above 14 cents or 14.20. In the short term, it looks like it's probably putting in a higher low right here. Maybe it's more obvious on a 4-hour time frame. Nope, 4-hour time frame showing hidden bearish divergence, so perhaps a little bit of short-term downside, but then maybe get the higher low above this Wednesday low, and then perhaps try an upside move. But overall, You know, respect the trend. The trend is your friend. These sort of new shit coins are the ones that, you know, those are the ones that can have like crazy gains, I guess. What's the market cap of this thing? 44 billion? There's no way. There's no way this thing has 44 billion market cap. Let me actually see. There's no way. I will not accept that as an answer. Let's see. Department of the Government Efficiency. 300 million. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, completely lost my place. So, like I said, it's gonna be very bad for these super chats, man. There's no way I'm gonna find these. Base says S World on the daily. All right. S World, not on TradingView, sir. Or maybe it's a stock. It might be, but oh no, it's this thing. Oh God. For fuck's sake. Very, very new. Again, literally been around for less than a month. So you know that's a great thing to be analyzing. In this case, look, yeah, if I had to call it, I do think it probably goes up from here. It's just, it's generally going to be, it's generally wiser to be lenient towards upside during phases like this than downside. But hey, as always, this comes with an invalidation below 15th of November low. This thing, you know, has some sort of issues, and I would be expecting a downtrend but from there. But, you know, looking at the lower term time frames, I expect that this is your next higher low. It's going to pop back up. Probably retest these highs, honestly. But who knows? Who knows with these super new things? Dirty Johnny says, look at my Weenor. My Weenor. Not on TradingView. Oh, fuck. He done trolled me and I done goofed. Fucking bastard. You come onto the internet and you think people will just be telling you all sorts of normal things. Oh shit. One moment. My phone continues to go crazy over here. I need to just shut that off, man. There's nothing important going on right there right now. Big Bull says Nero Octo. Okay. It apparently brings up something on TradingView, so there's that. Let's see. Oh God, the Hex crew. They're gonna always hate me. You know, is this thing putting in a higher low right here? Probably yes. Again, it's just generally better to be lenient on these sort of things right now. How will you know that it's putting in a higher low or confirming a higher low? Needs to trade back above about 2.2 tenths of a cent. And at that point, you know, you're probably going to be testing these highs, probably continue on with the overall trend, but very, very difficult with these super new things. If I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame, I would not be saying that. If I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame, I'd be looking at this thing as likely to come back down towards these lows at 1.7 tenths of a cent, just because you do have some hidden bearish evidence forming right here on your 4-hour RSI. But that's not like a death sense or anything like that. It just would be suggesting a short-term pullback. Vegter de Veres says, MicroStrategy daily week. Wait, we already got that one, so good there. JW says degen on BuyDerp. Okay. All right. Sure, man. Sure. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Okay, not getting much from the 4-hour. Maybe look at a higher term time frame first. Again, you know, to me, it looks like a lot of these things, a lot of these charts that we've seen today for the shitcoins are very similar to each other. Is it putting in a higher low here at about 1.7 cents? Perhaps yes. You know, I think probably yes. But it can spend maybe a little bit more time, you know, oscillating around here. So I really wouldn't get too excited about this thing until you actually trade and close above whatever the hell this number is, 2.75 cents about. Also, I want to do just a quick shill just for people who might be new here as well. You can actually get, hey, where the fuck is it? God damn it, I lost it. You can actually get nice fee deductions or basically cash back on your trading if you use this link, which I'll actually post. I don't even have it on this stream. Whoopsies. Goofed that one up pretty good. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Let me just see if I can edit it from here. Perhaps we do it right there. I'll put it in the description below. All you need to do is just refresh the page and it'll be there for Bluffin, which will give you 10% off of all of your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. Again, I've been pretty fucking aggressive with showing this one, but that quite literally because I think it's an actual good promotion. I want the promotion myself, which is why I'm showing it right now. And then of course, what I've also been saying is that if we get enough people on it, I'll be able to kind of argue with their with their rep next week. I think Monday next week I'll speak with him, and I think that we can probably get a bigger discount. So I selfishly want this, honestly. I selfishly want this because bigger fee deductions or more cash back is more money in my pockets. And if you're trading on the lower term timeframes, it does start to make a difference. If you're trading on the higher term timeframes, I mean, it still saves you a few bucks, but it doesn't really matter as much because the delta between your entry and exit is, so much larger. But yeah, anyways, that's there for you if you're so interested. As always, if you're fucking new to trading, probably should not even be getting into that. Just so you know, if you're more experienced and you actually have a working strategy, yeah, go for it. It's just gonna give you more money. But for the lobotomized out there, it's going to just end in tears, in very, very bad tears. 9 Breaker wants to look at chill guy on the hourly. Okay, is this on TradingView? It is on TradingView. Holy shit. Wow. How is that even real? All right. Extremely new here. This is an hourly chart. It's been out for, wow, 2 whole days. Sorry, not even 2 whole days. 1.5 whole days. Fucking insane, man. I don't have any real analysis on this, man. If I had to call it right here, I'd say it probably comes down a little bit towards 32 cents. Maybe tries for a higher low there, but I really want to see multiple years of history before doing an analysis, and this thing has 1.5 days. So not great, man. Not great. Oh my God, it's Hazard says, thanks for keeping me sane the last 4 years. Awesome, man. Yeah. And again, if you're new here, I just want to reiterate, if you're new here and you're feeling FOMO right now and, you're looking at Bitcoin and it just ripped through the $90,000 territory, be aware. Do not deviate from whatever fucking trading plan that you have or investing plan that you have. I can assure you things will calm down at some point. You will see a nice big pullback, probably to the tune of at least 10%, maybe even closer to 15 or 20%. And at that point, if you wanted to enter and you wanted, you want to have maybe a bit of a, I wouldn't say like a hodl position, but perhaps like a swing trading position, maybe that would be a better do. Again, this is not financial advice, but be aware that if you do see Bitcoin head into the $100,000 territory here, which I think it will, and I think that it's not going to stop at 100,000. I think that it will overshoot that by a good margin. You're going to feel these emotions, very, very strong emotions, very fucking strong emotions that are very difficult to deal with, and at that point, you can really give up a lot of your potential future funds. So just be aware of that. Anyways, thinking about and for anyone who's been here for the last 3-4 years, you already know this. But hopefully it's a good reminder as well. Just because we're all humans, we all have the same emotions. So I feel it as well. It's just I've learned ways to work around it so that I don't give into it. Yeah. Anyways, SEI, short and long term. Okay. Well, let's see what this is looking like. Let's go to the long term first. Always good to start off higher and then end lower. Looking at it right here. Again, very similar chart to most things. Oops, I'm just drawing my shits over there. Have to be bullish on this thing as long as it's above last Friday's low, the 15th at 42 cents. Until then, sideways and up, more likely than not. But can't get too excited about this thing as long as you're below about 59 cents. Above 59 cents, that's when this thing can really go into extreme rally mode and make somewhat of a quick move towards 80 to 90 cents or so. You can send me the new ones, but I've actually got most of them. Below 42 cents, though, greater correction is emerging, and you can expect much lower. Actually, probably somewhere down around this box here. Big bulls looking at Ponk. Okay. All right. We've done this one many a time. I think last time we looked at it, we said new all-time highs. It has made new all-time highs, and now it's playing out a little bit of a short-term pullback. This is probably, kind of what you're going to see on Bitcoin. I'm curious how big of a percentage move this is. Doesn't look like anything on the charts, but that's a fucking 26% move. Holy shit. you know, I do think that it can come down a little bit further towards 59, 60 cents or so. But I would be looking at that area as a likely area for a higher low. It is playing out some bearish divergence here, to be fair. So I do expect that short term, you know, you're going to see this thing trade a little bit sideways, a little bit of downside. Very, very short term, like the 4-hour time frame, might have one more pop up towards 70 cents or a little bit above 70 cents first, and then play out a downside move. But I do think that, well, no. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything further than that, just because I'm not... My daily BBWP is not making sense on this one. It needs more history for this one to really operate well. Makes it difficult. Makes it very, very difficult, actually. Lorakis says, "Whoa, Jack, the best meme on the planet says Elon Musk." Is it really? It's not Peanut? It's not my Peanut coins? Do you happen to know anyone who got rug pulled? Do you know anyone? What did your teacher tell you? Elsa's ballet teacher told her that she's perfect and that she can dance in the ballet concert. So she doesn't give a fuck about her Peanut coins, and she says that Peanut should actually go kill himself. The funny thing about that is that you're too late to the party. He was already executed by the New York government or police department, I guess. I don't know. Came in and fucking murked that squirrel. Anyways, that squirrel got smoked. Yeah, Elsa coin rugged you. That's right. Wojak, I mean, actually, I don't know if it's the best meme, but it has a pretty good chart. Again, new higher low right here, already at the prior highs. I think this thing's ready to break out to new all-time highs, man. Even has an inverted herp and derp here. Let's see what the measured implied move would be on this one. What would that be suggesting? 0.6 of a cent, something like that. Not bad. Okay, that's a very big move. Hold on. I think this is because I'm on logarithmic scale. Let's go to linear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, yeah. Okay, so that is not going to be correct. Sorry. That is. Yeah, I thought that did not sound right. It's like, what? It's going to go for a 700% move? Like, that's probably not. Yeah, maybe 0.3 of a cent. Still a pretty big move though. Aladino says 1 inch, 1 day, 1 week long. What the fuck? Oh, no, okay. Oh, that was very confusing, actually. 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, very bad. I told you at the beginning of the stream. I told you at the beginning of the stream what's going to happen. What's going to fucking happen if I see a shitty chart. I told you I got a big red button. It's way bigger than Kim Jong-un's. Way fucking bigger. And it works. It works. And it works real fucking good. And I'm pressing it right now. Oh my God. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Goodbye, shit chart. You suck. Not you, Aladino, but this chart, absolute dog shit. You as a person, probably great. This chart gets nuked. Terrible. Worst chart of the day, by far. And it's not even close. And it's not even remotely close. But hey, is it going to move up here? Probably yes. Can it go up to 50 cents? I don't know, maybe. But heavily bearish long term as long as it's below about 80 cents. Brett Daly, please. Like, very, very easily the worst chart of the day. Very easily the worst chart of the day. Okay. It happened. Brett, actually pretty good. Actually really good. I feel like this one has more history, though. Has it only been around since June? Well, whatever. Look, already around prior all-time highs. Consolidating around this prior all-time highs is Bitcoin's hanging around $99,000. If it does want to, if it does want to play the correction first, coming back down to like 14 cents is no problem. I'm not saying that it's going to, but if it did, that would just be another higher low. Ultimately, this thing is very, very likely to break this 18.5 cent region and make new highs from there. I figure, let me actually go back to linear here. You're actually probably going to see a pretty big move from this one. I'm just going to see what a potential implied target might be. Maybe 28 cents from there after it breaks 18. I think probably does happen. Could take some time though, obviously. Not going to happen all in one day or in 1 week. Moo the Bull. I promise it's the last one. Is it really though? Is it really? Let us know how the graph looks. Oh God, I need to nuke that word. Spiridon Palpanicolao says, I love TA. I am gay for TA. Nice, man. Yeah, and that's a very Greek name, so I love your country. I'm very gay for your country as well. Yeah, looking at this thing, Moo. You have some Moo, don't you? I think you got rugged on Moo as well, but it's probably going to go up here. Elsa's very, she's very self-conscious about her coin choices. Oh, it's top secret. Okay. I do like this consolidation right here. Is it putting in a higher low as of yesterday's dildo right there at 10,000ths of a cent or some shit? Probably yes. It'll have a little bit of problems if you do take out yesterday's low. So anywhere below about whatever the hell that number is, I'd be looking for this thing to come back down somewhere into this range low right here. But until then, kind of treat this as the next higher low and probably likely to do a little bit of sideways and up. Still long term, can't really get excited about this thing as long as you're below whatever the hell this other number is right here, but slightly bigger number. Have I done what? No, I have not. But I'm also straight, so I don't think I should be doing SHIB versus Ethereum. So at least I think I'm straight. Jay Even says, no offense to Elsa. How do you rate the ladies of Dubai to the ladies of Finland? The ladies of Dubai have something that I like to refer to as Dubai face, where they all go to the same plastic surgeon and get this face that looks like... Many such cases. Finland, very, very beautiful and also more natural looking. But I mean, both have their pros and cons. Anyways, PP Daily. Sure, man. Let's look at some PP Daily. I mean, that's what they look like. They look like that for real. Like, you go to my gym, it's everyone. It's literally everyone. You walk down the street, it's everyone. Literally everyone. I go into my building, it's everyone. Literally fucking everyone. PP, very, very good breakout right here. Is this thing gonna spend some time consolidating within this range? Maybe. If it does want to come back down and make like a slightly or retest the lows, maybe somewhere around whatever the hell this number is. But ultimately, the breakout is real. I would expect a little bit of sideways consolidation here, and then if and when you do see a daily closure above whatever the hell this number is, 23,300, expect the continuation of this new all-time high party. I'm My Hero says, man, that's hot. Yep. I see Jessica is here. Jessica lives in San Diego. She can tell you about San Diego. San Diego is pretty nice. Like, why does it have to be in fucking California? Why? Does any other place have Japanese gardens? I'm sure there's many places all across the U.S. with Japanese gardens. But San Diego really is fucking amazing. Manny Fresh says Barra. All right, let's see. That is probably a stock, maybe. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's unfortunately it's not a trade view, Manny Fresh. Whatever it is, unless you're looking at this thing from what is this country, Malaysia? Probably not though. Michael Longcar says Cardano cycle high range predictions. Oh god. Things that I would never stand behind. Coming up here. Pretty good move for Cardano. Do I think it'll see a move towards like a $1.25? Probably yes. Where will it be on a cycle high? I really don't know, man. I really don't know. Do I think it's going to make new all-time highs above 2021 highs? I think unlikely. I don't think that it will. I think, just my personal opinion, and again, I'm basing this off of very, very little right now. I'm talking completely out of my ass. It's very difficult to do these things very far in advance on like two hypotheticals, right? You know, maybe $2 might get back around there, but yeah, you know, it does have a reversal here. It has a monthly higher low and a higher high, so you know, it very likely does continue a lot from here. So yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Tony U says SHIB BC ETH. What the fuck? SHIB. Oh, this is a thing. It's Shiba Classic versus Ethereum. Sounds like it hasn't been around for very long. Again, man, look, it's been around for a little over a week. I don't know how much to trust this. To do analysis on something like this, I don't have a real strong read. Now, again, granted, the way that the market's going, you kind of just have to be biased towards the upside on most things. So maybe this thing pops back up towards whatever the hell this area is right here, but I do not feel comfortable making any real analysis on this. It's too new. It can go fucking moon mode, or it can go to absolute doom mode based off of extreme little. But I guess I'd be biased towards the upside just because, well, it is that time of the cycle where we've all lost our collective fucking marbles. Holy shit. Wait, no, we got... Where? Like I said, I'm going to be losing a lot of these super chats, so I apologize in advance. Yeah, of course I need you. I was just warning all the people before you came that your super chats, they're gone. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Davey says, memes AI. Memes AI. Okay. Whoops, I clicked the wrong one. I've done the wrong thing. Okay, that's an hourly time frame, maybe not super relevant. Also, it's been around for, holy shit, 2 weeks. Amazing. 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, I think probably around a range high right here. You do see potential for hidden bearish divergence, already making new highs on 4-hour RSI compared to anything that was going on right there. So short term probably does come back down. I think it's an overall range play though. You know, here's your range lows here. Probably spend some time filling out this range sideways. And then again, granted, kind of the way that things are going in this market probably does break out to the upside. But I can't get excited about this thing as long as you're below 7.5 cents. Nice. JW says SNX. SNX? SNX. Okay. Synthetics. Synthetics. All right. It's a hard one to say with a lisp. You done fucking did it again, man. You've done it again. I warned you before what to expect if I see a shitty dog shit piece of AIDS chart. This chart gave my eyes cancer. This chart gave Elsa AIDS. This chart must pay the price, and it must pay the price now! This is the cure for AIDS. Bad, man. Second worst chart we've seen today. Look, it's probably going to go up from here. It is probably going to go up from here, but garbage looks like this. Could easily go up to, $2.50. Problem is, absolutely nothing at all whatsoever resembling an uptrend as long as you're below $5.50. Above $5.50, okay, yeah, sure. We can unnuke it. But until then, it needs the red button. Peepoo is back. He wants to look at Land Wolf. Okay. Land Wolf. Land Waffle. Typo there. Actually pretty good. So you could hold that other piece of garbage that we just looked at, or this thing. I mean, short term, again, this is kind of what I expect on a lot of those charts that look very similar to this. You know, they're not going to just continue exactly from here. They're probably going to play out a range first, and this one is doing pretty much exactly that. So I do think it even come a little bit lower, but as long as it's within this range between whatever the hell that number is and whatever the hell that number is, long term probably gets another try to the upside, but this can take some time. Again, wait for Bitcoin to kind of cool off itself, and then you probably see these things run. Obviously, above the upper boundary, this thing's going to run towards new all-time highs and blah, 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 blah. You know, probably 2/100th of a cent or whatever the hell that number is again. Only bearish if it comes below this region right here. Until then, you know, let it consolidate for a little bit. Justin Tomia says, can you show the proper way to draw fib extension targets on a fresh high breakout? Sui daily, still targeting $4. Yeah. Well, you start from the high and you go to the most recent higher low, and that's where you get your $3.95, and actually above there is $4.50, but this is not like a super scientific way to be doing things, to be honest with you. This is only just like when things are in all-time high breakout mode, it's like, okay, we need some sort of representation of where things are in the greater scheme, and that's where I start to pay attention to Fibonacci extensions. So you can see that it did get a little bit of a pullback from that 395 tick. I don't know when we made this chart. It was a while ago. I think when this thing was trading like below $3 actually. So you can see that is getting respected there. And if and when you do see it reclaim that, then I guess the next area of interest is about $4.50. But it doesn't really mean a whole hell of a lot other than that. Just kind of giving a general guideline. Steven Schickman says, doggy daily weekly. Let's see. Elon Musk didn't say doggy coin is the best meme coin. Or maybe that person was just making shit up. Really good here. Really, really good. This thing is going to retest all-time highs. But in the short term, it's going to pull back. I mean, it's just retested the prior highs right here. You know, I think it easily could play out a short-term pullback. Then again, I go down to the daily. It's always difficult with doggy derp coin because, you know, it can dump out of nowhere. But as long as it's above last Sunday's low, which is 34 cents. Yeah, 34 cents. This thing actually probably does continue from here. But if it does have a pullback, I'd be looking somewhere around like just under 33. But ultimately, this thing's very, very likely to retest prior highs. It's just should be looking for a pullback from this region right here. So that's kind of what's throwing me off on this one. Let's see. My eyes. Sean Colifer says, Solana, how does the graph look? I need to nuke that word. It's not a graph, it's a chart, sir. But I know that you know that. The graph looks bad. The chart looks quite good. New all-time highs, or does it have new all-time highs? 264.5 versus... Yeah, new all-time highs. Look, the breakout over here, very similar to Bitcoin. I think that this one follows kind of a Bitcoin-esque type breakout. We do have an implied target here towards 350. I think you're generally going to see things rally up over the next month to 2 months around that region, maybe even sooner. Of course, you can get short-term pullbacks in the interim. Wouldn't be too hard, but even right now, the last daily higher low is where? Is yesterday's low, 230. So as long as you're above 230, direction remains the upside and not even a correction just yet. Looking at daily BBWP, this is going to do the same thing that I'm suggesting on Bitcoin. You're going to see the double extreme. You've already seen one extreme right here. This next one should get somewhere around there, like 95 percentile plus. At that point, you're very likely close, if not already at the next major high. Let's see. Brian N says, a cat meme coin made with a loaf of bread, and that's how ticker loaf cat was born. Please do a fundamental analysis of that. I don't know anything about fundamentals. I mean, it's a game of musical chairs, so how do you judge which one's better than the next? Yeah, not the best chart for a shitcoin, but is it putting in a low here on the weekly? Yes. Is it going to work its way up here on the weekly? Probably yes. But in my opinion, not the best shitcoin that we've seen today. So yeah, but probably just go up from here a bit. The fundamentals are not great. Tobo says MicroStrategy BTC. Okay. Actually, well, no, that's, hold on, I need to do it this way. Weird as hell. I don't fucking know, man. I don't think this is a helpful chart, to be honest. Like, obviously, Bitcoin is going up a lot versus MicroStrategy, but you can't really compete with an asset that goes up, you know, hundreds of thousands of percents over the course of the last 10 years. Like, obviously. What? I did, but that was a different one. Yeah. That is not my personal one. My personal one's different. D-Web says VanRe USDT. VanRe. Daily, weekly. Daily, again, likely put in a higher low right here. We've seen the same thing to varying degrees many times today. This one, certainly not the strongest of the pack. It's also not the worst of the pack, but it's nowhere near the strongest. Probably makes a move towards the top side of the range at 1187. If you see a closure above there, can move up towards 15.5 to maybe even 18. Just not super interesting from the long term. Makes lower highs from cycle to cycle. Not good. But short term, you know, I do think that it goes up here. Long term, I'd get very excited about this thing if it can trade back above 30 cents. At that point, you probably do see this thing retest all-time highs. But until then, the trend is your friend. So, you know, it can go up a lot here. It can go up a lot here. But it's got a lot of work to do for the big move, which I think is what a lot of people are probably interested in during this portion of the market cycle. But hey, I could be completely wrong about that. Anyways, moving on, we have Justin Tomiak. He's looking at Prime USDT. Okay, Prime USD, Echelon Prime. I guess Coinbase. I don't fucking know. 4 hour daily on Gate. What the fuck is? Oh, Gate.io. Oh god. Well, at least that is more history. And yeah, you know, again, I'd kind of put in the same categories like the last one. As long as they're closing below 1080 or 1083 on a weekly time frame, closing basis, you know, it's not super interesting here, but I do see that it has a weekly higher low in progress. If it can actually close above 1083 on a weekly, this thing does have a reversal and will likely trade back up towards 15, 16 bucks, maybe even 20 bucks. But it's got a lot of work to do. And in the very, very short term, probably comes down here. Hidden bearish evidence on the 4 hour time frame, so it might even come back down to like 760, 770-ish region. Thinking about the name, OP, short and long term. Will it reach the all-time high? It's always a good question. Will it reach the all-time high? For most, the answer will be no. For this one, what? What message? Sure, but probably going to end soon anyways. OP. I mean, again, there's easier charts out in the world than this one. That's for sure. I do think, kind of similar to the last chart, that you're probably putting in a higher low here. I think the LARP lines are generally right, although it's going to be faster than that. I do think this thing likely moves up towards 260, maybe even 290 in the coming weeks. Just need to see this week close above about $2, and should put in a move like that. Will it retest the all-time highs? I guess it has a chance to. Yeah, monthly's put in a higher low as well, so I guess I have to respect it for now at least. Yeah, definitely possible. Mr. Ivo says Chuck coin. Not on TradingView, sir. I see Chucky, but that's not the one that I think you're looking at. CMAO says Shoggoth. Shoggoth. On maybe CoinExderp. Okay, 2 weeks of history. Great. 1 hour and 4 hour. Well, can we even do that? 4 hour, probably a range here. Very, very difficult for these new ones, to be fair. Short term, do I think it comes back down towards the range lows? Probably. hourly time frame, a little bit of bearish actually not bearish divergence, but I mean, if I had to call it, probably somewhere closer to the range low first, but overall sideways within the range. Who knows what that means long term? Obviously breaking below there, problems, breaking above here, heavens, I guess. Very hard on these super new ones. Steven Schickman says Ethereum, the daily and the weekly. Not bad. I think that this thing's finally joining the rest of the party. We've been following up on this one each week for a while now. The key over here was the second weekly high or low. After breaking above 2,800, I mean, upside is just the general name of the game. We already got the sell off of the 3350 target. So I think this next one probably does push through, and you probably see somewhere around 3,600, a little bit above 36. It's not super helpful, but obviously the area to be excited about is above 4,000. At that point, should retest all-time highs, should make new all-time highs, something like that. Jay Whitford says, Nyan, please, sir. Rode it? You rode it 100x from $30 to $4,000. No, nice. I'd say probably don't get super greedy, but hey, if I was trading that, I wouldn't have pulled in 100x. So I will take the trade off much sooner than that, but that's just me. Difficult to ride this thing up 100x. To be honest, but I don't know, maybe he did. Anyways, this thing, bad chart, hasn't been around for a whole hell of a lot of time, but the time that it has been, it just goes down, does not rally with everything else. I can tell you where I changed my opinion on it. I changed my opinion back above your September highs, 13.5 cents or so above there. Yeah, maybe have a pretty decent rally, but until then, not interesting. Even the short term, a little bit of hidden bearish divergence there, probably putting in a little bit of a lower high, does something like this, maybe tries an upside move from there, but hard for something that has only ever gone down. That's the problem with these things. B. Arthur's Dingus says, hey Krown, can you check out AKT? We did that one earlier, actually. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure though. Yeah, I remember we did this one earlier. Yeah, just need to see it close a weekly above 470, and this thing should retest all-time highs and probably make new highs. Until then, sideways consolidation on the daily. I think short-term maybe tries an upside move, followed by a downside move into a daily high or low, but hard. Chris F says, oh, my camera died. Well, there goes that. Let's just turn that shit off. Let me actually remove it as well. All right, we're almost at the end of the stream anyways. Super daily weekly. Sure. Got it on my list right here. Consolidating around the highs, good sign. Taking its time, fine. Do I think it's going to eventually resolve this range to the upside above 154? Probably yes. Can it take a long time? I don't know. Maybe in the next couple weeks. I would, however, change my opinion if it does trade and close below November's low, if you see that, or even this low here from the 4th at 105. Below there, something else is going on. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but when I look at the monthly time frame, I think this thing's a lot more likely to fall through to the upside, just my opinion. But technically speaking, need to see it close the weekly above that range high, again, very specifically at 154. Above there on a closing basis, nice. Should go for a pretty significant run. I would say somewhere around these November 2021 highs. So that would be actually quite the move. Nice. All right. Just a few more here. GDP says CRO. Oh God, from like last cycle. Is this thing even still a thing? Okay. Apparently this exchange that I'm looking at on does not have, no, it does have the history. It's just, okay, it's actually not as bad as what I would have thought. Yeah, you got the monthly reversal here. You got a monthly high or low. You just took out the last high. I do think it's going to work its way back up towards 35, 36 cents. It's going to take some time. This is a monthly time frame after all, but assuming that this month closes anywhere above, let's just say anywhere above like 17 cents, yeah, should get follow through on the reversal. Laughsome says SPX. Do you mean like the actual SPX? You mean like the actual SPX, not like the shitcoin? Up, hidden bullish divergence, probably retest highs here above 6,000. Probably makes new highs. The market that never goes down. Supa Mando says Tron daily, weekly TRX. Tron, actually surprisingly good. It's already at all-time highs. If it wants to play at a pullback anywhere down to like 18.5 cents is fine. That's cool. What's up, Turkish? The firefighter. Good to see you, man. It's been a long fucking time, man. Hope everything's well. Weekly time frame, you know, if it wants to play at a pullback to 18.5 cents, that's fine. But I think this thing's, again, in all-time high breakout mode. Daily time frame does make me consider that a pullback first is probably more likely. Again, 18.5 to 19 cents where I'd be looking towards if that does happen, just as you kind of work off of these extreme conditions here on daily BBWP. But ultimately, the run probably is not done. Looking at the monthly here, I think it very likely you see this one higher. Let's see. Areas of interest to the upside, you know, longer term. You got 27 cents, 36 cents, something like that. Colin Dunn says, Schmoly hoax. It's been a minute since Seal Live seen you in Gone Crazy. And you've forgotten how to spell in English, sir. Kidding, man. Of course I remember you, man. Algo bag still in my ledger, worth it, or hold or flip to new thing? I don't know. Let's see. I haven't looked at it probably since you asked it for it last, to be honest, man. You know, I think you're seeing a lot of the prior cycle shitcoins reverse here on the monthlies, and I think that this thing's no different. You know, you do have a monthly higher low here. Just need to see it take out this past high from earlier this year in March. At that point, should have a nice easy run towards 44.5 cents. Maybe if things get crazy to 80 cents, but it's very difficult to be bullish on something like this when, you know, the real chart looks like this, right? So, well, I do think you can have a big percentage move from where it's at right now. I wouldn't be so confident that it's going to, you know, get anywhere around these $2 highs here. So, you know, I do think it moves up from here, though. Again, you know, and percentage-wise, that's a pretty fucking big move. Just, I think it's going to take some time, man. But yeah, if there ever was a time, now is it. Whoops. All right. KOJ says, hey, Krown, please check out Metis on KuCoin, KuDerp. I remember this from the prior cycle as well. Let's see if this one has survived or not. And actually better than the last chart. I'll say that. Daily time frame here. Again, higher highs, higher lows the whole way through. Good. Trend is your friend. Just want to see it actually break and close above 52 and 66 cents. At that point, this thing can probably run towards, you know, $80. Can go on for a pretty decent run, at least 65, but probably $80. I would get bearish on it if it takes out the last higher low right here, which is 35, 36. Until then, I'd be cautiously bullish on it. Or I guess I'd be just regularly bullish on it. Yeah, looking around to the different timeframes monthly, again, likely put in a higher low on hidden bullish divergence. More inclined to say this one does work its way back up. Wouldn't be surprised to even see it retest this year's high. Cool. Bart says link. Wow, people still watch this one. Cool. Whoops. My computer said no. Yeah, again, similar to a lot of the other prior cycle shitcoins, higher low in the monthly, yes, good. Should retest this high here from March this year, you know, 20 in the low 20s. That's going to be the real test, though. You know, do you see? Whoops. Okay, there's really only one trend line here that matters. It's not even a trend line, but do you see a closure on a monthly time frame above $20? If you do, this thing actually can, I mean, it can extend this run significantly towards 40, maybe make new highs, new all-time highs. But one thing before the next, yeah, daily time frame is trending up here. So I'd be looking for this one to continue, probably towards 17.5. Yep. All right, and that's the last one of the day. Just as my throat starts to really hurt. Okay, last one for future millionaire. He says quant, QNT coin, quant coin. That is one nasty dildo right there, just impaling all of the bullish bungholes. Hard one to love here, man. Only down since 2021. Did not catch a bid in 2023 or 2024. The trend is your friend, and while this one could trade up a little bit more from here, it could theoretically maybe go a little bit above $100, like $100, $1.05, $1.10. Still lower highs the whole way through, man. The only way to get bullish on this one and look at anything resembling a long-term reversal is if you see it trade and close above 150. At that point, something else is going on. But for right now, it's just these things like. Well, monthly does have hidden bullish evidence here, to be fair. So it should try further to the upside from here. It should. All right, last one, but we're not doing any more after this one for Anthony J. It should try higher here. If it does start to trade and close above 150 on a higher term time frame, then yeah, you probably have something interesting long term. But until then, I think it's just a short term upside moves. Mog coin, very good. Very good. See, this is what I'm talking about. Making new all-time highs today. Just another higher low as of yesterday. I mean, strong. The strong get stronger. Weekly hidden bullish evidence on the last low right here. I think this thing's ready to trend once again, actually. The trend is your friend, and Mog coin might even be a good friend. Probably looking somewhere around 40,000, whatever the hell that number is. Area of interest. A lot of XRPers. Oh god, I'm actually curious what XRP looks like. Is it following this rally? I think it is. Yeah, pretty good move there. I believe last we looked at it over this past weekend, we said, hey, the breakout's real. XRP is actually going to follow through here. Probably $2. This thing probably breaks out actually and maybe make new highs. Definitely possible, but I would say very, very likely $2 or around there. All right. That's going to do it for today. It's been an absolute pleasure on this nice Friday. Just an impromptu stream. Some fun times. We didn't see $100,000 on the stream, but that's okay. We got pretty damn close. Not we, but Bitcoin got pretty damn close. CME saw 99,820. That's good enough. I'm rounding up today. That's good enough. And I'm spending it as well. So that's what we'll end things off for today. As always, I want to wish everyone the best. It's been a nice, fun Friday morning. I'll leave you with a tune. What? Or whoops. We need a song. Here's your song.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best? 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 What's the second best? There is no second best. There's a crypto asset, it's called Bitcoin, right? There is no second best. Bitcoin or... No. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous. There's no second best crypto asset.